Alrighty, so today I'm with my friend.
Hi. Yep.
Augustine, yeah?
Yes, Augustine.
Alrighty, so let's go. So my today's guest is from Canberra.
Yep.
From the boring city of Canberra.
Canberra is amazing, and I will stand by that till the end of days.
Why is tell me that give me one reason as to why people who are coming or living, let's say, in Sydney, they should ever visit Canberra. Give me just one reason that after seeing whatever you have seen. Okay,
the first and most important reason is we actually have bushland, and we actually have real nature, not manicured nature like we're in right now. If you actually want to see what the real world looks like instead of concrete walls, Canberra's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we go about the Hyde Park. Like, this is a very, very beautiful place, isn't it? Even if it is manicured, yes.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of like trees and like the birds, a lot of birds.
Yeah.
You know?
But in Canberra, you'll see kangaroos. Driving just like 10 minutes out of town, you're going to see cows.
Have you ever had a hit? Like, when you were driving, like, have you ever got hit by a kangaroo?
No, but I did see a kangaroo in the middle of city one time, jump out in front of my car. So
yeah, I think it happens a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of kangaroos out there. But I was like, I would rather see a kangaroo than a bird.
Of course, in Australia, I think kangaroos are the most pampered, the most not the kangaroos, the koalas, I think.
Koalas, I think, always win. But I will also say that at least we also have echidnas and wombats.
Yeah, wombats, they're pretty cute as well.
Yeah, I was like, and like I just like see them all the time. And like I've never seen one in Sydney.
Yeah, I know. In Hyde Park there are a few. I think there used to be, but I think not anymore. Like, there are like a few of them. Even if there is a few, but it's only like a handful. Like, it's not a lot, obviously.
Yeah. Well, also if you see a wombat during the day, that's concerning in itself. I was like, generally that means the wombat's sick.
Yeah, it's true that in New South Wales they are, like, not very good in terms of preservations, and mostly it's very, like, it's well maintained. But not very natural.
Yeah, I was like, Canberra has like the best hiking. Like, if you want to go out there, like, there's like Tibandilla, amazing hiking. Absolutely love it. Will always suggest it. Done every single hike out there. Like, you can go out to Square Rock. Honestly, just even around, like, outside my house, there's like 4 hikes. Like, it's incredible. Like, there's always a new hike to do. There's always a new outdoor activity. Everybody in Canberra loves the outdoors. And the air is so much fresher.
But it's very tiny. When I was there, like, it was so tiny. Like, the whole CBD was very, very small. Very small. That was a bit frustrating, But then you can get to everything very quickly. Yeah. I was like, every single store you need is within a 4-block radius. It's not like Sydney where you have to go. But only I think in terms of jobs and everything, let's say that there's only like people who are in the government, like
mainly APS people.
APS people, correct. They are the ones who are actually living there. Like, not many, like, people who doesn't have an industrial side of the the urban life is not really.
Yeah, it's mainly government and uni students, and that comprises like 90% of Canberra's population. So, it's...
It kind of sucks to me.
I was like, go hang out with the uni students. They're a lot more fun.
Are they?
Sometimes.
They're very nerdy though. They will always like, talk about the books and assignments and ChatGPT. And did you ever did you ever try to use ChatGPT, like, what do you call, the assignments, when the assignments come, and a lot of people they try to use ChatGPT for their assignments. Has that ever happened to you?
I looked into it once. I tried to get to write my assignment, and then I thought I could do so much better than this. But like, it's great for doing outlines. Like, if you just are like, give me some key points that I can talk about. If like, but I mainly do that for all like the arts assignments because I'm a science student and I don't like arts assignments. I'm like, give me an idea.
So you actually use ChatGPT like, how can I say it, to cheat on the on your.
It's not cheating. It just generates ideas. I don't get to write it.
But did you actually use the ChatGPT to do the assignments and then submit it to your no?
No, I did. I got to write like 3 key points, and then I ended up from those key points not even copying and pasting them in, writing out the assignment. But I have never actually typed in the assignment. But I know a lot of people that do in class. I watch them do it during our assessments because we have a lot of in-class assessments, and I watch them just throw the question into ChatGPT, copy and paste it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people does it, like, especially if you are like, nowadays, because these things are available and you are a student, so why not,
Yeah.
Have you ever got caught like stealing?
Like plagiarism stealing?
No, not plagiarism. Plagiarism is just with the assignments and stuff.
Yeah.
But let's say that in how can I say? Let's say in Uluwat or most of the time it happens in the grocery shops, isn't it? Like you go there and you just do it for fun. Have that ever happened to you?
No. To be honest, no. I've never had desire to. I've worked since I was like 11, so.
Oh, you worked like you always like you wanted to work.
Yeah, well, I've always had money because I've worked since I was like a kid. So, like I started.
But you never stole anything from, like, let's say, just for fun.
No. I have never had a desire to steal. To be honest, that just sounds stressful to me. Like, because I'm like, what if you get caught? Like, so I don't want to get caught.
So you think about the consequences that, okay, because if I get caught, there'll be like rap sheets and whatever. Yeah. That's why you always, but if let's say that you don't have the, like, let's say for instance that you're not gonna get caught or you're not gonna face consequences, will you still steal?
Probably not. I can't think of a valid reason too, because like,
why not? Like, because like it's free stuff. I mean, if you can get away with it.
I guess it's free if you can get away with it, but then you have to live with it forever. Like, I have to always know. I still feel guilty for, like, there was like some puppies on the side of the road and I didn't go find their home. I feel guilty about that, and it was 7 years ago. If I go steal something, I will feel guilty about it for the rest of my life.
So you feel guilty about it?
Yeah, like.
Did you have any guilty pleasures? Like, like people have lots of pleasures. Let's say, for instance, let's say you're on a diet, right? Okay, let's make up a situation that you're on a diet, and then what happens that you eat let's say a sweet cake or something, like a cheesecake, like a beautiful fluffy cheesecake, but you were on a diet and you were not supposed to.
Mine's Messina. I love Messina ice cream. It is the best ice cream. And when you had that one, did you felt like, oh, I shouldn't have that? Well, it's not harming anyone else but me. That's fine. I'm not affecting anybody else beyond myself. So I'm okay with that one. It was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah. Messina might not be in my budget, but I will still pay for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have, like, the guilty pleasures, like the pleasures that make them feel guilty, but you don't feel guilty after.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the same time, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You can. My mind says, as long as you enjoy it, go for it, and it doesn't hurt anyone else.
But it was on the puppies on the side of the road, then it would be a different stuff.
Oh, I still feel bad about those puppies because they were obviously lost from a home, but I was in a rush and I didn't go help them, and I should have. I've helped so many other puppies, but those ones I have not. I hope they made it home. I think about them to this day. And now they're probably adult dogs.
Yeah, I think there are some rescue, like the stray dogs and cats, and I see them all the time. Especially when the owners they they have to change their houses, or like homelessness is a big issue nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of people are facing homelessness in Australia. So when that day comes, God forbid, then obviously those puppies or whatever kittens, they become homeless too.
Yeah, it's always hard seeing stuff like that. Even like, you feel bad for the people and the animals.
So what is your let's say that you said you were born in, like, you moved from Australia from the US. Like when was that? Like when you were a child or later?
Yeah, when I was like around 7 years old, I moved from the US to Australia, and then
do you miss anything like from back then, or are you still too young to remember?
I miss the snow.
Snow.
I really miss snow. Like, I will say, Australia's snow is absolute shit. It's so bad.
I think it's in Jindabyne, isn't it? Like the closest one, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I go to Jindabyne every year.
Let's follow the water.
Yeah,
so you go to Jindabyne every year?
Yeah, and the snow does not compare. The snow is absolutely horrible in Australia.
Okay.
I grew up as a skier, and I love skiing, and skiing in Australia is just horrible. It is not, it's just not it. Like, it's all icy, and it's not fluffy, and it's like barely even cold.
Oh, really? So the snow is like the big shocker in Australia.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Especially like, I grew up in where some of the best skiing in the world is. And I will stand by that statement. Everybody can come from me. Best skiing in the world is in Colorado. And yeah, no, coming to Australia, that was horrible. I really miss the snow.
Okay. But other than that, like the Maccas and like everything else is fine. Like, well, whatever we have here is all good.
Also Mexican food.
Mexican food, okay, yeah.
Yep. It's also lacking here. Those are like the two things I would say like I would love to go back for.
Other than that is all good. Like how about the weather, like in general, like Australian weather, is it better, or is it like it's not that good? How do you compare like the weather in Australia?
I don't like Australian weather. I think it's too hot. But I know if
it's
you
too dry, isn't it? Like it's hot plus too dry.
Yeah, or well, the thing is, there's also no balance. Like when I lived in Darwin, it was so humid and hot, and then now I'm over here, and now it's dry and hot, and like there's never like this nice balance, and it's so warm here. And if you love summer, it's great, but I love the winter, and like at least Canberra kind of has a winter, but even then it's not.
It's not like compared to what you had back then.
Yeah, the winter there was much better.
But today is also like, how about the sunshine? Like one of the things that come up in Australia like time and time again is beautiful sunshine. Do you find it interesting as well, or it's not that bright either?
I mean, it is quite bright, like, but I don't know, like maybe it's from Alice Springs, because Alice Springs was so hot, but it just, like, the sun here is so strong, like you just feel it on you constantly. Yeah. Like, you know, you guys have a whole campaign across all of Australia of slip, slop, slap. There's like, that's not needed anywhere else in the world. Like, people should be doing it, but like, Australia, sun and heat in summer is just at a different level than the rest of the world. But it is like, it can be nice for a few days, but then after a few days, I'm very tempted to go back to the US where it's winter there in ours.
So you actually like winter much more than you like summer?
100%, every single day of the week. Like, if I could move between the northern and southern hemisphere to have winter all year, I would. Maybe like Australian beaches are nice, so I guess in the summer if you live near a beach it would be good. But you also can't swim half the time because there's a whole bunch of things that want to kill you.
Yeah, you never know.
I was like, you know,
what is under the water?
Yeah. I was like, you guys have cute octopus that you like want to pick up and then like it kills you if you pick it up. You have rocks, you have those like stonefish. So like even the rocks are trying to kill you. I was like, the snake's fair enough, can deal with the snake, but like if it's a rock trying to kill me, I'm not dodging that one.
Yeah, that can be a bit tricky, and especially the spiders as well. Like, you know, the backyard spiders. A lot of people say I never had one of those spiders crawling over me and trying to, you know, sting me to death. But I think a lot of people had that too. Like in Australia, it is fairly common to have poison, you know, like infections or something out of the spider's bite. So
yeah, I'm very lucky. I still haven't been bitten by poisonous ones.
Are you scared of the spiders and cockroaches and things like that, or you can handle them?
I can handle them when needed. I don't love them. If there's anybody else in my house, they are dealing with it, and I probably will run and scream at the start. But if I have to deal with it,
did it ever happen to you that you're doing something? Let's say you're reading a book. You read a book a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So let's say you were reading a book in a library, whatever. Then a spider just dropped over your head.
I have been washing my hands in a basin, and I had a huge huntsman that was like that big, just like it's bigger than my hand, drop on my hand, and that one scared me. But like it was a huntsman, so obviously it was fine. But yeah, no, I would honestly, I handle snakes better than I handle spiders, which is probably not not the best. But I was like, I saw a snake like 2 days ago, and
oh really? Where did you see the snake?
In my front yard.
Oh.
he was a little baby brown, western brown, coming down my stairs.
That's pretty venomous.
Yeah. Well, we just walked by each other. I think both of us didn't really realize the other was there, and then both of us kind of looked back at each other. Yeah, no, he was cute though. I'll give him that.
Until it bites you.
He's just a little danger noodle.
Oh, like yes, like a tiny one.
He was like about that big.
Okay.
But he's still like, the way his head was, you could tell he was a juvenile.
Yeah. I think those which could be venomous, you know.
Oh, they're actually a lot more dangerous because of they can't control their venom yet, so they don't do dry bites. They mainly actually inject poison or venom. It's not quite poison, but yeah, no, me and the snake just ignored each other though and went about our days. Hopefully he's out of my yard by the time I get home. I was like, I don't want to be seeing him anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Australia has lots of quirky things, you know, like lots of this and that.
You know, you guys don't have bears, so that's always a win. Or moose. You have no big scary animals. All of yours are just small.
Yeah. Bears are very common in the US, yeah?
Yeah. We used to get bears outside our yard all the time.
Oh. Like the big ones.
Well, we used to get brown and black because we used to live like right next to a national park. And they would like come and like go through everybody's trash every week.
Oh, really?
So you could like just see the bears. But they were really cute. I mean, it's a lot like all the stuff in Australia. Like as long as you know how to deal with it, they're pretty safe.
Yeah.
But you know, most people don't know how to deal with it.
I mean, they get scared, and I think one thing about you have to do with bears that you cannot just, you know, you have to stand tall, like you have to.
Yeah, it's about getting big, like getting big, making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of the exact opposite to what you do in Australia, where you stop, slowly step back.
Yeah, I think that's when they become like, okay, this is the prey, this is the you know.
Yeah. Because I was like, in the US, you want to seem like a predator. Here, you don't want to act like a predator because everything's poisonous.
Yeah, I think that's the difference in lifestyle in Australia, in the US, that people like they try to be predator themselves rather than being preyed by something else.
Yeah, I mean they do a pretty good job of it. Like, you know, the whole thing is like get big, make a lot of noise, and a lot of things will leave you alone. But yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of different types of animals. The only thing I wouldn't want to come across in the US is a moose. Okay. Those are truly scary. I would rather come across a bear any day of the week.
No, not a moose by any chance. Like, no. I mean, no way.
They're aggressive. Like they'll like actually attack you, and they can win. And like even if you climb up a tree, they'll knock the tree over.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what is your best memory in Australia? Let's say that you have been since 7 years, so you have been what, another 10, 20 years?
Yeah.
So what's your best so far in Australia?
I have so many good memories here. But
have you had like okay, what is the best one?
I would say like most of my best memories are with my friends. So like it's kind of a funny story because it's a little bit like it was scary for everybody else but me, but it was a funny one. We went to the Sydney Opera House for a show, and I had like the best time. It was like my birthday, it was my 21st. We had an amazing time, and you know, the entire day we spent celebrating. Like we went to the rocks, we went to all this fun stuff in Sydney. And then on the way out, and I think it's one of my best memories because it's such a good story. It's the only time I've ever kind of gotten in trouble. But the thing is, it wasn't true trouble because it was raining and it was pouring outside the Sydney Opera House, and I slipped and fell, and I like fully went head over tea kettle. Like my legs were in the air, landed on my head, and everybody saw me because everybody was lined up outside of the ring because, you know, everyone's waiting for it to end like normal people and not walking in it. So there's a big ooh from the crowd because I just ate it. And luckily there's 3 cops like that saw my feet go up into the air and then like saw me sitting there. And it's how I got picked up by the cops on my birthday because they literally had to lift me off the floor. Only time I've kind of been in trouble. But it was one of those things where at the end of the day it was such a fun story because, you know, my 21st got picked up by some cops. They were pretty cute, so it felt like a win. A great day up until then. And no concussion, so true win of the day.
You never had any consequences after?
Yeah, it just definitely hurt for a couple days, but it was a fun one. And it's probably in my mind seeing as we're about to head to the Opera House, but I was like, that and like, you know, in Australia, like I did a school camp one time and they dropped me out in the outback for 48 hours on my own. And they called it the 48-hour solo. You had to like build your own shelter and...
So you have to be like by yourself for 48 hours?
Yeah. It was complete isolation.
How they gonna pick you up after? Like there'll be no one around, isn't it?
Yeah, they drop you off so they know where to pick you up.
Oh, okay.
But it was definitely, it was a very interesting one because it was towards the end of our trip. Like we had already like done like a 40-meter abseil. We walked through the whole outback. And then, yeah, they just kind of left us somewhere for 48 hours and said, good luck, have fun, don't die. And that was a unique one. Did
you like, so you pack up with your stuff beforehand, isn't it? Or you just like, without anything?
We had our like pack, so we had like a suitcase, or not suitcase, we had a sleeping bag and a tarp and a little bit of food and water. But we weren't allowed books. We were allowed something to write with.
Okay, we're gonna might as well. Yeah.
Do we want to go up those stairs?
Yeah, let's. You have no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they give you some stuff, but it's barely like minimal.
Yeah, like you couldn't even have a book with you. So like there was no escaping the fact that you were truly alone for 48 hours. It was.
But isn't it enjoyable? Like because especially when you are an introvert and you enjoy your own company. Like you said, you like to read books and stuff. So.
I just ended up singing musicals for 48 hours to myself. So Hamilton, I sang that entire track through multiple times. The Six and Wicked, all those tracks, I just kept singing through. So
that kept you busy for 48 hours.
Yep. I also just slept. I think of those 48 hours, I probably slept 24 of them.
Oh wow, that was a good sleep.
It was a great sleep. It was very hot because it was in the outback and it was very warm. So.
Let's see this one. Yeah, it was a sound sleep then. Like you had a baby sleep, so to speak.
Yeah, it was honestly great.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, at least you have a good time sleeping, which is
Yeah.
which is pretty fun, I guess. Yeah, let's go this way. I think it's open this way anyway.
Yeah, no, it was quite nice. Would definitely do it again.
If you get the chance to be dropped off and picked up by her.
Well, now I can just decide to go into the outback for 48 hours and be like, see you guys all in 48 hours.
Have you tried that, or still in the, like?
I've done a 36-hour solo.
Oh, you solo, like, but you only like without any other people around.
Yeah. I wasn't really on purpose, but I got to the campsite and nobody else was there, and I was gone for 36 hours and just didn't see another soul that entire time. That was pretty nice though. Like, it was very relaxing. And that time I was allowed to book because I packed my own bag.
Yeah. At least there was no snakes or anything to bother you, I guess.
Yeah. I think I saw a kangaroo.
You saw a kangaroo?
Yeah, I saw a kangaroo. Didn't see any snakes. But even if I did, snakes are fine. If you leave them alone, they leave you alone.
Yeah. I think until they're like, you know, until they get threatened, they're not gonna. Let's walk over there. Until they get threatened, they normally they don't try to, you know. Once they get threatened, yeah, that's. But still, I think king cobras, they're very aggressive, you know, like they wanna.
Yeah.
They wanna like, okay, I'm gonna get this guy.
I think it depends on how territorial they are.
Yeah,
like,
some of the snakes. I think the brown snakes, they are not very like, they're like kind of like, okay, we're gonna keep a low profile.
Yeah.
But
it just kind of depends a bit. Like, tiger snakes here can be pretty aggressive, but even then, like, in Australia, like if you just leave them alone, 90% of the time they'll leave you alone. And like, it's also good in Australia. I feel like most people are taught basic snake first aid of how to bandage it up and call for help.
yeah, I think those things can really help. But when that tough luck, if that ever happens, like if God knows, if you're out and about and something happens, well, I think there was an incident a couple of days ago, isn't it? Or a couple of months ago. It was a guy who went down like the cracks under the rocks, like the hills. So he went down the cracks and he couldn't get out. So yeah, like it's pretty sad if you do that much adventure, then.
Yeah, I stand by. Don't be the first to jump off the waterfall, and don't be the last. Like.
Have you ever done that, like jumping off the waterfall? No.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh.
I just won't be the first. I'll watch somebody else do it first, and if they're fine, then I'll do it. I also go check the bottom beforehand and like try to make sure there's no like big rocks or anything.
Yeah, you never know if something.
But no, like I think, look, as long as you're not the first, you know, let somebody else be the true adventurous one that will test it for everybody else.
Let's go there.
If you need natural selection, we'll choose what to do with them, and then you can follow suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
So what's your next plan? Like you said, you are from Canberra. You are just here for the musicals and stuff. What's your plan? Like, do you have any plans like coming up?
I want to go skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah. That's my next one. So
it's pretty scary.
I love skydiving. I've done it once or twice now, and I get discounts because of work. So I'm gonna head out and just jump out of a plane.
All right, then good luck with your
Thanks.
with your next adventure. But yeah, good to have you. So how do you find this whole thing? Like, you know, we are talking, we don't know each other, but we are still talking for quite some time, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's been really interesting. It's been a fun afternoon. Thank you.
So Augustine, and you initially from US and now you were in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's life.
Yeah.
Beautiful Australia.
I love Australia. I mean, I plan on living here a lot longer. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll catch each other again, maybe in a different context, in a different situation. But yeah, it's good to have you here.
Thank you. That was fun.
And yeah, keep in touch.
Definitely. Thanks.